from Harajuku to Takeshita Dōri. So on this day I came to Harajuku and I am currently walking on the opposite side of the road of the Harajuku station. Now if you've been here long enough, you know that the Harajuku station has changed in terms of its look. So it renovated itself over the years, and in my opinion it lost its charm. So it does look modern, but doesn't have that personality anymore. Anyway, since the border opening, there have been many tourists who've been wanting to come here. So throughout the footage, you'll see a lot of tourists, like these people. And Harajuku is known for fashion, but at the same time, you have all these kind of stores like IKEA. Uniqlo is one of the most recognizable clothing brands in Japan and one of the more affordable ones. At the same time, the quality is brilliant, in my opinion. You don't really go there for your personality. Like, you don't go there to stand out. You go there to find clothes that generally look good, but most of them are plain. I'm now in a building called With Harajuku, and I'm just going through here, and I'm gonna go out from the side of Takeshita Dōri. One thing to note about escalators is that yes, we do actually stand on the left hand side if you are in east of Japan, and if you want to walk down or walk up the escalators, you walk on the right hand side of the escalators. However, there have been some debates about whether that is actually good for the escalators. Pause. And this is the collaboration with Detective Conan with Uniqlo. So you see all these Conan shirts and clothes in general. Anyway, going back to the escalators, yeah. So there's been a debate about whether that's actually good for the escalators. If you think about it, if people were standing on the left hand side of the escalator all the time, the weight distribution is very skewed. So it's actually probably not good for the escalators. So there are ads somewhere, especially at metro stations, saying, hey, get on the escalator, but just stand wherever you want and do not walk. But even though with those encouragements, people's habits don't change that easily. And we are slowly coming towards Takeshita Dōri from the side. And just before the Takeshita Dōri, I thought I should flip my camera around to show you some of the crepe in front of us. All these are fake, all these are sample foods, but in general, we do love crepe. And now we are in Takeshita Dōri. Dōri just means street. Now, originally I was going to go to the end, but I just found this kind of alley a little bit interesting, so I decided to go through here. On the left hand side especially, you can see a lot of gimmicky joke goods. So if you want to find some kind of unique but quite out there clothing, you can come here. And I thought some of these printed shirts are pretty cool. We love koi, koi as in the carp, in Japan as well. I found these shirts rather interesting. All these famous singers, and their names are written in hiragana, which is unconventional because it's supposed to be written in katakana. And the yellow thing with buttons is an enlarged plushie of the pedestrian crossing buttons. We love weird things. Now I decided to film here because this is a rather unusual gachapon. And the reason for that is when you win, the products don't actually come out from the machine. You get numbers in a capsule with keys attached to it, and these are the prizes. So if you, let's say if you won the prize number 35, you go to that box or these areas, unlock it, and as you unlock it, the key stays in and you get the prize. That simple. And these cost 1,000 yen each, so pretty expensive, but could be fun. Now the products here are mainly for tourists. As I was reading the signs, yeah, it was, and you might have seen the some vulgar signs, but you can just enjoy it by watching. And there's a horse mask, and all sorts of things. It's not the most high class, but it is fun to look at. And we're coming to the end of Takeshita Dōri, which is close to the Harajuku station, and you can see all these people taking photos and videos and posing because there is a camera above with a display. So this is kind of like, hey, I'm here, let's take a tourist shot, that kind of thing. It's pretty cool. And now I'm gonna walk down Takeshita Dōri again, and I'm in everyone's way. Again, this street is quite popular, so you see so many people, especially tourists. And there are all kinds of shops as well, so it is quite fun to just walk and have a look around. On the left hand side, we have seen it when we first came into the street. But yeah, they're selling second-hand clothes. One thing I've always noticed about McDonald's in Japan is that it doesn't have that same kind of a dirty image that New Zealand's McDonald's has. It just feels clean, and I don't actually mind going there. The famous Daiso. You get everything for 100 yen. I've been to Daiso in Auckland, New Zealand, and oh my goodness, the price is so expensive. For each item, I pay $3.50, which is about 300 yen, which is triple the price you pay in Japan. It is a blatant rip-off. One thing that is popular in Japan, but I never personally got into, is idols. I just never got the appeal for such concept. And I think on the shop on the left is second-hand place. And what Japanese people tend to do is to look after their things. So when you sell those items are usually in good conditions. However, as a result, you pay more money for that second-hand product. If you do come to Takeshita Dōri, make sure to check out all these different things you can eat. Not just crepe, but other things as well. And you see a lot of these shops along the way. You may have noticed already, but there are other generic stores here as well, like Matsumoto Kiyoshi on the right hand side. It's just a chemist. Another one thing I do want to point out is that there are shops that are on the first floor as well as the basement, so make sure to actually go inside to check out if there is an upstairs area and or thing. Anyway, that guy was wearing a New Zealand shirt, and I just noticed that. The shop is rather eccentric. Pretty cool. Quite an out there outfit. Now, I don't go into those shops because it requires filming permissions, so that's why I tend to walk in public spaces only. Now, places like Takeshita Dōri and maybe Kabukicho, there are certain individuals who approach you and try and basically get you to go to their shops. It is illegal, but it still happens, and yeah, don't get caught. Just the best thing you can do is simply ignore and keep walking. Do not engage, just keep walking as though they do not exist. Anyway, one day on the left hand side, I really want to go to that cafe. Cafe as in Mame Shiba Cafe. Mame means bean, Shiba is as in Shiba Inu. So kind of a tiny breed of Shiba cafe. So it's pretty cool. I just noticed the plushies, Shiba plushies on the left. So cute. Okay, the lady on the left is advertising for their otter cafe. I don't know whether you support the business or not, but such thing does exist, and those people actually bring out their pets, or I guess the product or the animal, up to the street and advertise. You saw the sign at the back, but it said no photography, because if you're allowed to take photography and interact with the animal there, they don't have a business. So that's why they do it. And more interesting masks. We are coming to the end of Takeshita Dōri, and this is just a part of Harajuku. If you go across the road from there, you can see New Balance building. If you go towards that street, there's other parts of Harajuku, and in my opinion, it's a little bit more classy. Now we are in Meiji-dōri, one of the main streets, and I just noticed that there was some sort of a 3D display here, so I decided to stop here and film. Sorry, I'm taking a while to adjust my camera, and I'm forgetting how to zoom in. We'll get there. There we go. And as soon as I zoom in, that segment ends, and a notice from the police department comes on to not fall for quick and easy way to get money. Anyway, that's it for this video. There'll be another video of me going back to Takeshita Dōri showing the other side. So stay tuned.